Hi guys. I can't see my whole head in the video, but I know they give a little head space, so I hope y'all can see my face. Welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. My name is Aja A, and this is going to be your monthly tarot forecast for the month of September. This video is for Sagittarius, Sag Sun, Sag Moon, and Sag Rising. It is a general reading, so before I get started, if you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating with you, you can go on and check out your moon and or rising sign, which will be linked down in the description box. I am streaming these videos live, so I've only got about 4 of them up right now, but over the next couple of days, all of the signs will be up, okay? It's going to be your typical before I get into that, shameless plug. I am having a tarot raffle for the month of September. It's open for the first week. You can enter by watching the video that I will have linked in the description box. It closes on September 7th. It's for a Handle Your Biz tarot reading, which is finance and career reading. So if those are areas in your life where you want to get some insight, I would definitely say go on and enter for the raffle. Okay, now I can talk to you guys about the tarot spread. 4-card spread, going over the overall energy for the month of September for you guys, challenges and obstacles that you might be facing. Because we are dealing with Virgo energy for most of the month, I do have a position in the spread where we're going to be looking at where you need to tap into some Virgo energy and reorganize, reanalyze, pay attention to detail, and as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? And before I get started with your reading, if you're new to this channel, I keep it very real. If you don't like the real, you go on and click out of the video right now. Sagittarius, you have a very intense message for the month, a very real message for the month, but you guys know I keep it a buck because that's the best way to help people progress. And I feel like if I try and sugarcoat the cards, I might give y'all a message that you don't need, and it might send you in the completely wrong direction. So I'm gonna keep it real here, all right? First card that you guys have coming up in your spread, Sag, is in the position of the overall energy for the month of September, and you've got the Nature card, okay? And there are 2 messages here. One general and very obvious message is clearly, with it being the Nature card, you may need to spend this month taking some time to go out and sit in nature. And I think that's more of a message to meditating and sitting with yourself, getting in touch with the elements. Go sit by some water. If you live in a warm climate, go sit by a stream, put yourself in, take a bath, get in a hot tub, take a hike if you can, go put your feet in the grass, put your feet in the sand, let the sun shine on your skin, whatever makes you feel good. But getting in touch with nature during this month as a way of meditation will maybe bring you some clarity, bring you some peace, bring you some positivity. Now, getting into what I think the real message is for this card, I think it speaks to grounding yourself. Sagittarius, you are a fire sign, and you guys are the sign, you're the sign of the archer. So you guys are known for shooting your arrow and then running off to retrieve it, and you go and get the arrow wherever the arrow goes, and you play in that area for a minute, and then you shoot it again, and then you end up wherever the arrow went that time. And it's not a bad thing. You guys are very explorative. You guys are very adventurous. You like to try new things. You like to learn new things. You're very philosophical, and all that's cool. However, what I'm getting with this spread and the cards that you have here is that a lot of you are at a point in your life where you need to set some foundations and boundaries for yourself and for the people around you, because you're in a space to where you need to start making some changes in your life that put you on the path or keep you on the path towards the success that you were trying to see, okay? With this Nature card, I think the main message here is for you during this month of September, Sagittarius, is to figure out what it is that you want to be rooted in. And don't be alarmed when I say that, because I know, especially for your fire sign people, you tell them, hey, you got to sit still and be somewhere. Y'all be like, excuse me? No, I'm not necessarily telling you to sit still. I am just telling you to figure out what's important to you and what you actually want to be devoting your time and your energy to in this next chapter, or this current chapter, depending on where you are in your journey, okay? Now, let's get into the second card, which is in the position of your crossing energy, and you've got the 2 of Swords, okay? This is an air card. Swords is the air suit, the air element. And this speaks to perspective, your mental, your intelligence, your outlook, and your communication, okay? When two cards come up, I typically read them as two paths, a decision to make. When the Two of Swords comes up, this is a stalemate energy. And with this crossing, the nature card, I'm picking up on Sagittarius. You might be feeling like you have to shoot your arrow all over the place because you don't necessarily know what it is that you want to do. And the message here is not pick something and stick with it. The message here is, what do you like? What do you enjoy? Start thinking about what brings you joy, what brings you positivity, what brings you peace, what puts you in a space of, oh, I feel good, I'm content with the things and the energies and what I've got going on. The Two of Swords, crossing the nature card, crossing this energy of becoming grounded and rooted in the things that you feel are for you, is telling me that for whatever reason, Sag, and I feel like there's a couple of different scenarios here. One of them could be, you know what it is that you want to do, but for whatever reason, you won't make the move to do it. Another is you don't know what you want to do. So you can't make a move because you're like, well, I don't really know where I want to shoot my arrow. I always say turn these crossing cards into an upright position, a supporting energy. In order to turn the Two of Swords into an upright position, you've got to make a decision. This is a Swords card. This does have to do with the mental, so you do need to gain some clarity at some point during this month. And I did mention this earlier, stepping into nature as a way of meditation. You may come to your answers by literally going to sit yourself in a park on a blanket and just laying up and looking at the clouds. You may figure out, this is the step I'm going to take. You may come to a decision by literally just being out and letting the wind caress your skin. Let's get poetic on you guys, okay? And that's all I want to say about that card, okay? Moving into your next card, it's in the position of where you need to tap into some Virgo energy for the month of September, because that's what we're dealing with as a collective, and reorganize, reanalyze, and pay attention to detail. You guys have the Nine of Swords coming up. This is not my favorite card. When this card comes up in a spread, it's always alarming because it tells me that your energy is focused on everything but yourself. And while it's okay to put your time and your effort and your love into other people and other things, you have to remember to also reserve some of that for you. I've been saying this in a lot of the readings this month, is you cannot help other people. You can't even love or enjoy other people without helping yourself and loving and enjoying yourself first, okay? Nine of Swords popping up here does tell me that Sagittarius, especially going back to this Two of Swords card, now that I'm reading this card, what I feel like is, a lot of you have been in a space to where you've either just been going through the motions, or you've been doing things that you don't necessarily care for because of external influences. I feel like whatever you have been lending your time and your energy and your effort to, you've only been doing it because you feel like you're supposed to. You feel an obligation, or you feel like you want to make somebody proud, or you feel like you want to receive praise or recognition from a certain group or a certain corporation or a certain person or certain family members, whatever the case may be. Your driving motivation, your motivation for this stuff is not coming from you. It's coming from people outside of you. It's coming from expectations. It's coming from people laying or trying to live their life through you and saying, oh, this is a suggestion, I think you should do this. It's coming from Sagittarius, you taking the advice that's always given to you. And peep game, advice is not a bad thing. But when you break it down, what is advice? Advice is literally just people talking to you about their experience and giving you suggestions based on the experience that they've had. And while it typically never comes from a place of ill intent, my thing with advice, while I am known for giving people advice, I also at the same time, when I sit and think about these things, I have a little philosophical mind, I sit and think about these things, and it's like, oh, how can you give a person a suggestion for their life that you have not lived? How do you know that that is going to work for them when they have not had the same experiences as you? So the advice that you've been taking, Sagittarius, and not to say that you've just been taking it haphazardly, you've probably felt like, no, this came from a place of love. This came from a place of, oh, I want to see you do well. This came from a place of, I want to help you progress. And while it may have, again, these people are speaking to their own experiences. They're not speaking to your life. Even if they spend the whole day with you 24/7. Even if they do, they are not in your body, they're not in your bones, they're not in your spirit, they're not in your heart, they're not in your head. So they can't really provide you with what you need to get to where it is that you're trying to be. The only way that we can do that is through experience. And when we allow other people and other thoughts and other energies to come in and dictate what we do subconsciously, we're not fulfilling our purpose. So Sagittarius, if you still sitting here in the middle of this reading listening to me say all that to you, you're obviously moved. You're obviously like, yeah, that's me. During this month, the message to you, being in the position of where you need to reorganize, get it together, and pay attention to detail, is you need to sit and look at your life and say, what is it that I'm doing? Or what am I doing? What things, what habits, what perspectives do I have that were not inspired by me? That did not come from my soul, my heart? What projects, what, jobs, what, whatever. What things do I have in my life that were inspired by other people and then were kind of pushed on me by other people? Think about that during this month, because when you figure that out, you'll be able to turn this Two of Swords into an upright position. You've got to figure out what you've been doing for you and what you've been doing for other people. And what I think you'll find during this month, Sagittarius, is that probably 7 to 8 of these swords here come from other folks, and then the other 2 that are piercing you come from your perspective being skewed by all of the advice that you've been being given for all these years, all these months, all these weeks, however long, whatever it is that I'm speaking to. Okay, think about what's you and what's not. Think about what comes from you and what doesn't during this month. Remove, this is a swords card, cut it out, cut them cords. You're supposed to be going to meditate. You could do some cord cutting meditations during the month while you sitting there laying on your blanket looking up at the clouds. Cut out what is not coming from you and focus on what it is that you truly and honestly want, so that you can ground yourself in it. Okay, the last card that you guys have coming up in your spread is in the position of the soul message, and you've got a really positive card here. It's the koi fish. But I don't even want to speak to the animal too much. That's just a very positive, abundant message, abundant energy. I want to talk about the numerology. It's 18. It's 18 and the message is good luck, okay? You've got 1 and 8, which is all about cycles and manifestation and infinity and karma, okay? So Sagittarius, this month is a big month for you. While it may not be a big action month, on a subconscious level and even on a physical, on a tangible level, because you're gonna be speaking to things that have to do with tangible foundations. This is a big month for you. You're making a lot of changes this month because you're going to be making some decisions to cut certain things out. And I think this card is just coming up to say, hey, Sagittarius, you need to have faith. You need to trust the process. Trust in your little philosophical, spiritual energy, and understand that whatever you start to feel like and start to see and start to understand needs to be cut away. Go on and cut it away. And you'll be able to couple this koi fish, this good luck energy, with this nature, this grounded energy, and find yourself in a space of positivity and peace and being content with the life that you're living, because it's actually the life that you want to be living. All right. And that's it for your spread, Sag. Y'all had kind of a deep one, but I think that was much needed, you guys. You know, you got to live life for you. Okay. I hope that found you well. I don't really have any readings to plug. I already plugged the raffle. Enter the raffle if you want to win a reading. It's open for the first week of September. We're in retrograde season, Mercury retrograde coming up at the end of the month. So check out the retrograde series playlist. I do have up a new COVID reading for the fall and winter season. So check out the COVID playlist if you're interested in watching those forecasts. And what else? I think that's it. I think that's all I want you guys to watch. I don't know, just click on the links that are in the description box, basically. If you want more free readings or astrological information, go on and hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and give me a little thumbs up. It does help push my video on YouTube and make my videos and my channel more visible, and I truly appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments about this reading or this spread, feel free to drop them down below. I get in YouTube Studio like once a week and go through and respond to my new comments and questions. So I will get around to it if you do drop one in here, okay? And that is really it. I am done for the night. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.